I just finished baking blueberry muffins for my daughter Lily in our Beverly Hills villa when Nicholas's footsteps echoed through the entryway, 3 hours earlier than usual, and carrying a perfume scent that didn't belong in this house. It was cloying, like underripe candy, and it made my throat tighten. "Evelyn, get over here." Nicholas's voice cut through the living room, sharp with his usual command, no warmth at all. I wiped the flour off my hands, picked up Lily, who just crumpled a handful of muffin crumbs in her fist, and walked over. But when I rounded the corner into the foyer, my feet froze solid. Behind him stood a woman in a white dress, clutching a little boy's hand timidly. The boy was 4 or 5, with blonde hair and blue eyes, and his features were a carbon copy of Nicholas's. No need to guess, this was Leo, the love child he'd hidden for 5 years, and Megan, the woman he'd had him with. Lily sensed something was wrong too. She gripped the collar of my shirt tightly and whispered, "Mommy, who are that aunt and that little boy?" Before I could answer, Nicholas tossed his briefcase onto the marble countertop, his tone take it for granted, "Evelyn, Megan and Leo are staying here from now on. Leo's my son, he deserves a place in this family." "Your son?" I took a step back, holding Lily closer, and let out a bitter laugh. "Nicholas, are you joking? Our prenuptial agreement says explicitly that the cheating spouse walks away with nothing. Now you're practically wearing 'I cheated' on your sleeve, afraid no one will notice?" Megan's eyes instantly welled up with tears. She pulled Leo behind Nicholas and spoke in a barely audible voice, "Ms. Evelyn, I didn't mean to do this. Nicholas and I are truly in love, and Leo, he just wants a daddy." "Truly in love?" I stepped forward, looking down at her. "Does 'truly in love' mean hiding in the shadows for 5 years? Does it mean letting your son be born a bastard?" "Megan, don't play the innocent. You know exactly what you want, Nicholas's money, or the title of Mrs. Beverly Hills. Spare me the act." Nicholas's face darkened. He pulled Megan behind him protectively and glared at me. "Evelyn. That's enough. Megan and Leo did nothing wrong, don't talk to them like that." "Me? That's enough?" I pointed toward the door, my voice rising. "Nicholas. You're the one who brought another woman and her bastard into my house, and now you're accusing me of going too far. Don't you forget, this villa was my parents' wedding gift to me. Half of your company's success came from my family's connections. Now you want to kick Lily and me out to make room for your true love?" Lily started crying at our shouting. She patted my shoulder with her small hand. "Mommy, I'm scared. Why did Daddy bring other people home?" I softened my tone immediately, patting Lily's back to soothe her. When I turned back to Nicholas, my eyes were cold as ice. "Nicholas, either you take Megan and Leo and leave right now, and we'll have our lawyers sort this out later. Or I'll hand you divorce papers tomorrow. And per our prenup, you get nothing, my family will pull all our shares from your company too." Nicholas clearly didn't take my threat seriously. He walked to the bar, poured a glass of whiskey, and downed it in one gulp, his eyes arrogant. "Evelyn, stop using divorce to scare me. What can you give Lily without me? The best private school? Annual trips to Europe? Your little art gallery that's barely staying afloat? You can't live without my money, or the life of a Beverly Hills socialite." He paused, then looked at Lily, his tone condescending. "Lily, don't you want a little brother to play with? Daddy just wants us to be a bigger family." Lily buried her face in my neck and sobbed. "I don't want a brother. I just want Mommy." "Daddy, stop being mean to her." Nicholas's face grew even darker. He slammed his glass on the bar. "Fine, Evelyn, you won't accept them? Then we'll just wait it out. Megan, Leo, go upstairs. I had the staff clean the east bedroom on the 2nd floor, it's yours now." Megan's face lit up with gratitude. She pulled Leo toward the stairs, and when she passed me, she shot me a provocative glance. Her pride was like a needle, pricking my chest. I stood there holding Lily, watching Nicholas's back. The last sliver of hope I'd clung to for this marriage shattered completely. 5 years ago, I'd married Nicholas, then just a small-time company owner, against my parents' wishes. I'd thought he loved me. But it turned out, he'd been cheating on me with Megan while I was pregnant with Lily. For 5 years. I'd overlooked his late nights and strange perfumes to keep Lily's home intact. Now I realized, I'd never been anything more than a placeholder to him. "Mommy, are we gonna leave here?" Lily's voice was tearful, her small hand fisting my shirt. I wiped her tears and kissed her forehead. my voice firm, "Lily, don't be scared. Mommy won't let anyone hurt us. This is our home, if anyone leaves, it'll be them. And even if we do go, Mommy can give you the best life possible. I'll even find you a new daddy, one 100 times better than him." Nicholas heard me and laughed coldly. "A new daddy? Evelyn, stop dreaming. Who'd marry a woman with a kid? You'd better accept Megan and Leo before you humiliate yourself." I didn't argue. I carried Lily to our room, closed the door, and pulled out my phone to call my personal lawyer. "Anna, draw up the divorce papers. Follow the prenup. Nicholas cheated, so he walks away with nothing. Also, find out how much he sent Megan in the past 5 years, and dig into his company's financial records. I need to know if he's hidden any assets." After hanging up, I looked at Lily, who'd fallen asleep in my arms. I silently swore, "Nicholas. You want a home for your love child? Then I'll take everything you have. You'll learn that losing Lily and me is the biggest mistake of your life." In the days that followed, Nicholas treated Megan and Leo like family. At breakfast, he'd cut Leo's muffins himself and push Lily's favorite strawberry jam toward him. At dinner, he'd pile food on Megan's plate and ignore Lily and me. He even skipped Lily's private school parent-teacher conference, saying he had to take Leo to the amusement park instead. Megan grew bolder by the day. She started wearing my clothes, using my skincare products, and even threw Lily's toys into the storage closet to make space for Leo when I was out. One day, I came home from the gallery to find Lily sitting on the stairs crying, clutching a torn doll, the one I'd handmade for her 3rd birthday, her most treasured possession. "Lily, what happened? Who broke your doll?" I hurried over to pick her up. Lily pointed toward the 2nd floor, sobbing. "Leo did. He took my doll and tore it up. I told Daddy, but he said I was being silly and told me to let Leo have it." My anger flared. I carried Lily up to Leo's room. I could hear Nicholas's laughter through the door. "Leo, you're such a big boy. Daddy bought you the newest robot, do you like it?" I pushed the door open, set Lily down, and pointed at the doll on the floor, staring at Nicholas. "Nicholas, do you see this? Leo tore Lily's doll apart, and you didn't even scold him, you bought him a new toy instead? Have you forgotten Lily's your daughter too?" Nicholas's smile vanished. He frowned. "Evelyn, it's just a doll. I'll buy Lily a new one. Do you have to make a scene? Leo's little, Lily should let him have his way." "Let him have his way?" I laughed bitterly. "Nicholas, Lily's only 5. Why should she let some boy destroy her things? As her father, you're supposed to protect her, not help a stranger bully her. Do you even deserve to be called Daddy?" Megan walked out of the closet, wearing one of my Chanel jackets. She spoke with a fake apology. "Ms. Evelyn, I'm so sorry. I didn't watch Leo closely enough. I'll buy Lily a new doll. And, this jacket fits me so well. I'll just borrow it for a few days, and I'll return it when I buy my own." "Borrow?" I stepped toward her, snatched the jacket out of her hands, and threw it on the floor. "Megan, this is my jacket. I never said you could wear it. Do you really think you're the lady of the house? Let me make one thing clear, until I sign those divorce papers. You're just a homewrecker, and Leo's still a bastard. You're being too much." Megan burst into tears and threw herself into Nicholas's arms. "Nicholas, did you hear how she talked about me and Leo?" Nicholas held Megan protectively and glared at me. "Evelyn, apologize to her. You had no right to say that about Megan and Leo." "Apologize?" I picked Lily up and headed for the door. "I did nothing wrong, I'm not apologizing. Starting today, Lily and I are moving to the apartment. This house is yours, fill it with your mistress and her kid for all I care. And Anna will drop the divorce papers at your office tomorrow. Don't make me take you to court." I didn't look back. I could feel Nicholas's eyes burning into my back, filled with anger and unwilling, but I didn't care. My revenge had only just begun. I didn't actually move to the gallery. Instead, we stayed in the high-rise apartment my parents had left me, downtown, with a view of the entire city skyline. I enrolled Lily in a new private school nearby and hired a reliable nanny to help with her when I was at work, while I focused on the gallery and the divorce. Nicholas grew increasingly desperate. He called me a dozen times a day. I never answered. He showed up at the gallery, but my assistant turned him away. Then he went to Lily's new school, trying to pick her up. When Lily saw him, she hid behind her teacher and refused to go with him. "Lily, Daddy's sorry." Nicholas knelt down, his voice pleading. "Come home with me, okay? I'll spend more time with you. I'll never let you feel left out again." Lily shook her head, tears streaming down her face. "I don't want to go home with you. You have a new brother now, you don't love me anymore. I'm waiting for Mommy. She said she'll find me a new daddy, and he won't be mean to me." Nicholas's face turned pale when he heard "new daddy." He stood up and stared at me, who'd just arrived, and yelled, "Evelyn, what are you trying to do? Tell Lily lies about me? You want her to hate her own father? What am I trying to do?" I walked over to Lily and picked her up. "Nicholas, you're the one who abandoned her. You brought another woman and her kid into our home and made Lily cry. Now you want to fix it? It's too late. Lily doesn't want you as her dad anymore, and I don't want anything to do with you." I turned and walked away, holding Lily tight. I didn't look back at Nicholas, not even when I heard his voice crack with rage. Lily's new school was hosting a parent-child baking contest, and they wanted both parents to attend. I'd planned to go alone, but my best friend Emily insisted on dragging her brother Elias along. "Evelyn, just say yes," Emily begged over the phone. "Elias is a neurosurgeon, he's handsome, kind, and he loves kids. Let him hang out with Lily, she'll probably adore him. And that jerk Nicholas thinks he can make you miserable? Let him see you with someone better, it'll drive him crazy." I hesitated, then agreed. I knew Lily needed a positive male role model in her life, and Elias was a good man. On the day of the contest, Elias showed up at the school gate right on time. He wore a crisp white shirt, his sleeves rolled up to his forearms, revealing his toned muscles, and he had a warm smile on his face. In his hand was a neatly wrapped gift box. "Evelyn, Lily, sorry I'm not late," he said, handing the box to Lily. "Lily, this is for you. I hope you like it." Lily took the box shyly. When she opened it, her eyes lit up. It was a handmade rabbit doll, similar to the one Leo had torn, but even more detailed. "Thank you, Mr. Elias," she said softly. "You're welcome, Lily." Elias knelt down to meet her eyes. "Hey, do you want me to help you make cookies for the contest? I'm pretty good at chocolate chip ones." Lily glanced at me. I nodded, and she smiled, "Okay." During the contest, Elias was so patient with Lily. He showed her how to knead the dough gently and helped her press cute shapes into the cookies. At first, Lily was quiet, but soon she was laughing and chatting with him, something I hadn't seen her do in months. I stood nearby, watching them, and felt my heart warm. Maybe Elias could be the new dad Lily needed. Maybe he could be the partner I needed. Then a familiar voice cut through the noise, "Evelyn. What are you doing here?" "Lily, come home with Daddy." I turned around, it was Nicholas. He must have found out about the contest and come to stir up trouble. Lily immediately hid behind Elias's legs, clutching his pants. "I don't want to go with you. Go away." Nicholas's face darkened. He glared at Elias, his voice hostile. "Who are you? Stay away from my daughter." Elias stood up, positioning himself between Lily and Nicholas. His tone was calm but firm. "Sir. I'm Evelyn's friend, and Lily's friend. She doesn't want to go with you. You should respect her wishes." "Friend?" Nicholas laughed coldly. You're just trying to steal my wife and kid. Evelyn, you wasted no time, did you? As soon as you filed for divorce, you found a new man? Nicholas, stop lying. I stepped next to Elias, glaring at him. Elias and I are just friends. And you were the one who cheated on me first. You were the one who abandoned Lily. You have no right to judge me. By now, other parents and teachers were staring, whispering among themselves. Nicholas's face turned red with embarrassment. He tried to grab Lily, but Elias blocked him. Sir, calm down, Elias said, his voice steady. This is a school, don't scare the kids. If you really care about Lily, you'll respect her feelings instead of forcing her to do what you want. Nicholas looked around at the staring faces, then at Lily, who was still hiding behind Elias. He finally backed down. He pointed at me, his voice threatening, Evelyn, you'll regret this. I won't let you get away with this. Then he turned and stormed off. After Nicholas left, Lily peeked out from behind Elias's legs and whispered, Thank you, Mr. Elias. You're welcome, Lily. Elias knelt down and patted her head. If anyone ever tries to hurt you again, just tell me. I'll protect you. Lily nodded, then threw her arms around Elias's neck and kissed his cheek. Mr. Elias, I wish you were my new daddy. Elias and I both froze. I looked at Lily, her eyes were bright, full of hope. Then I looked at Elias, his eyes were on me, warm and sincere. If your mom is okay with it, Elias said, his voice soft, I'd be happy to be your new dad. I'd be happy to protect both of you. My heart raced. I nodded, too emotional to speak. That day, our chocolate chip cookies won first place. Lily held the trophy proudly, then handed it to Elias, for you. You helped me make them. Elias smiled and gave the trophy back to her. It's yours, Lily. You worked so hard. I just helped a little. As I watched them, I knew, my life was finally getting better. And Nicholas's regret was only just starting. After the baking contest, Elias visited Lily often. He took her to the amusement park, read her bedtime stories, and even helped me with the gallery's paperwork. Lily grew more attached to him every day. She'd ask about him first thing in the morning, and beg him to stay for dinner. Nicholas, meanwhile, grew more desperate to win me back. He sent me flowers every day, waited for me outside the gallery, and even lingered at Lily's school gate, begging for her to talk to him. One day, he knelt down in front of the gallery, holding a bouquet of roses, and shouted, Evelyn, I'm sorry. I never should have brought Megan and Leo home. I never should have ignored you and Lily. Forgive me, let's start over. I'll be the husband and dad you deserve. A crowd of passers-by gathered, pointing and whispering. I frowned and walked over to pull him up. Nicholas, stop making a scene. We're never getting back together. Get up before you embarrass yourself even more. I won't get up. He grabbed my hand, tears streaming down his face. Evelyn, I'm truly sorry. Ever since you and Lily left, I haven't slept a wink. I realize now, you and Lily are the only ones I love. Megan and Leo were just a mistake. Please, give me one more chance. A mistake? I laughed bitterly. You were with Megan for 5 years. Leo is 4 years old. That's not a mistake, that's a choice. You chose to cheat on me. You chose to hurt Lily. And now you expect me to forgive you? It's too late. I'm getting divorced, and I've already found someone who can make me and Lily happy. Just then, Elias pulled up in his car. He saw Nicholas kneeling on the ground, frowned, and walked over to stand beside me. He put his arm around my shoulders protectively and said to Nicholas, Sir, Evelyn has made it clear she doesn't want to reconcile. Your begging isn't going to change her mind, it's only going to make her hate you more. Get up and leave her alone. Nicholas's eyes filled with anger and jealousy when he saw Elias. You again. Evelyn, is this why you won't take me back? Because of him? What does he have that I don't? Can he give you a Beverly Hills lifestyle? Can he give Lily the best education? He gives me respect and love, I said. My voice firm. He gives Lily attention and safety, things you never gave us. Money and status don't matter. Happiness and security do. And you can't give us that. So we're done. Nicholas opened his mouth to argue, but Elias pulled me into his car. As we drove away, I looked in the rearview mirror and saw Nicholas still kneeling on the sidewalk, watching us, his face filled with despair. I didn't feel sorry for him. He'd brought this on himself. Nicholas didn't give up. He even went to my parents' house, begging them to convince me to take him back. But my parents had long known about his cheating, and they were disgusted with him. They didn't help, they yelled at him instead. Nicholas, we never wanted you to marry Evelyn, my dad shouted over the phone. She insisted, so we gave in. But you broke her heart. You have the nerve to come here and ask for our help? Stay away from our daughter. Don't bother her again. After my parents rejected him, Nicholas finally realized he was losing us for good. He grew depressed. Drinking every day and ignoring his company. His business started to fail, fast. Megan panicked when she saw Nicholas falling apart. She'd thought she'd married into wealth, but now he was begging me to take him back. One day, Megan showed up at the gallery, begging me to reconcile with Nicholas. Ms. Evelyn, I know I was wrong, she said, her voice desperate. Please take Nicholas back. He loves you and Lily, he was just confused. If you take him back, I'll take Leo and leave. I'll never bother you again. You think I'll believe that? I laughed. Megan, you don't care about Nicholas, you care about his money. Now that he's falling apart, you're scared you'll lose your meal ticket. Well, I'm not taking him back. And you won't get another cent from him. Take Leo and find a real job. Stop trying to mooch off people. Megan turned red with shame. She had nothing to say, she just walked away, humiliated. Soon after, Nicholas's company went bankrupt. The assets he'd hidden were seized by the court, thanks to Anna's hard work. He went from a billionaire to a man drowning in debt. A few months later, we ran into him on the street. Elias, Lily, and I were getting ice cream. Lily was sitting on Elias's lap, laughing as he wiped ice cream off her cheek. When Nicholas saw us, his eyes turned red. He walked over, trying to talk to Lily, but she buried her face in Elias's neck and refused to look at him. Lily, Daddy's sorry, Nicholas said, his voice breaking. Just look at me once, okay? Lily shook her head. You're not my daddy, she said. My daddy is Mr. Elias. Nicholas stumbled back, like he'd been hit. He looked at me, his eyes filled with despair. Evelyn, I'm truly sorry. Please, one more chance. I have nothing left. You and Lily are all I have. Nicholas, it's too late, I said, my voice calm. When you chose to cheat on me, you chose this. You missed your chance. And you'll never get it back. I took Elias's hand and Lily's hand, and we walked away. I didn't look back. My future was ahead of me, with Elias and Lily, filled with sunshine and happiness. A year later, Elias and I got married. The wedding was small, just our family and closest friends. Lily wore a tiny white dress and was our flower girl. During the ceremony, she shouted, I have a new daddy now. He's nice to mommy and me. I'm so happy. Elias picked her up and kissed her forehead, then looked at me, his eyes full of love. Evelyn, thank you for marrying me. I'll love you and Lily forever. I'll protect you, and I'll make sure you're always happy. I cried as I nodded. I'll love you forever too. We'll take care of Lily together. We'll be happy. Our married life was warm and peaceful. Elias always left work early to come home and help with Lily. He'd help her with her homework, read her bedtime stories, and even bake cookies with her on weekends. We took Lily to the beach, to the mountains, and to the zoo. She smiled every single day. My gallery thrived too. We hosted several big art exhibitions, and they were all a hit with critics and collectors. Elias supported me every step of the way. He'd bring his colleagues to the gallery, and he'd even help me hang paintings on weekends. We never heard from Nicholas again. Emily told me he'd moved to another city, taken a regular job, and was barely making ends meet. Megan had left him with Leo and married a rich man, but Emily said she wasn't happy. One day, Lily looked up at me while we were baking cookies and said, "Mommy, we're really happy now, right?" I hugged her and kissed her cheek. "Yes, baby. We're so happy. Because we have each other, and Daddy. We'll always be happy." Lily nodded and hugged my neck. "I don't want to talk about my old daddy anymore. Mr. Elias is my only daddy." "Okay, sweetie," I said, brushing her hair back. I was so grateful she'd healed from the pain Nicholas had caused. That night, after Lily fell asleep, Elias hugged me and said, "Evelyn, thank you for giving me a family. Thank you for Lily. I'll never take you two for granted." I leaned into his arms and looked out the window at the city lights. I knew I'd made the right choice when I left Nicholas. I'd chosen happiness, and I'd found it with Elias. I finally understood, a woman doesn't need to swallow her pride in a marriage. If someone doesn't respect you or love you, you need to walk away, decisively. You need to find the happiness you deserve. And people who don't know how to cherish what they have, they'll lose everything. They'll spend the rest of their lives regretting it. That's their punishment. Our story is still going. Our future is bright, because we have each other. We have love. That's the best ending of all. 2 years passed in a blur of laughter, paintbrushes, and Lily's growing smile. She was in the 5th grade now, tall for her age, with a habit of tucking her hair behind her ear when she was focused, just like Elias. The upcoming father-daughter dance at her school had her bouncing off the walls for weeks, her notebook filled with sketches of dresses she wanted to wear. "I think I want the blue one, Mommy," she said one evening, shoving the notebook across the kitchen table. "With the sparkles on the skirt." "And Daddy," Elias said, "he'll wear a tie that matches." Elias looked up from his medical journal, a soft smile on his face. "I did. Found a fabric store downtown that has exactly the shade of blue, matches her eyes, too." I laughed, reaching across the table to squeeze his hand. We'd fallen into a rhythm over the years, me at the gallery during the day, him at the hospital, then evenings spent cooking together, or helping Lily with homework, or just sitting on the couch watching old movies. It was simple, ordinary, and more perfect than I'd ever dared to dream. The week of the dance, Elias spent every night after work practicing with Lily. He'd hold her hands, counting under his breath as they spun around the living room, her giggles echoing off the walls. "Daddy, you're stepping on my foot," she'd squeal, but she never let go of his hands. On the night of the dance, I stood in the hallway, watching them. Elias had fixed Lily's hair in a loose braid, with a small blue flower tucked behind her ear. He was wearing a dark suit, the blue tie bright against his shirt. "You look beautiful, princess," he said, kneeling to adjust her dress. Lily beamed. "You look handsome too, Daddy." They left hand in hand, and I went back to the kitchen to clean up the dinner dishes. But before I could start, my phone rang. It was my gallery manager, Mia. "Evelyn, you have to come in tomorrow," she said, her voice excited. "A curator from the city's modern art museum was here today. She loved your Family Ties series. She wants to feature it in their upcoming exhibit." I froze, then laughed, happy tears stinging my eyes. The Family Ties series was a collection of paintings I'd done over the past year, Lily and Elias baking cookies, the three of us at the beach, Elias reading to Lily at night. They were personal, messy, full of love, and now they'd be in a museum. When Elias and Lily got home later that night, Lily was asleep in Elias's arms, her head resting on his shoulder. He gently laid her on her bed, then came into the living room, where I was still staring at the email from Mia. "What's wrong?" he asked, sitting down next to me. I showed him the email, and his face lit up. He pulled me into his arms, kissing the top of my head. "I'm so proud of you, Ev. You deserve this, more than anyone." The next month was a whirlwind of preparing for the exhibit. Elias took time off work to help me hang the paintings, and Lily made little Artist Mom badges for all the gallery staff. On the opening night, I stood in front of the largest painting in the series, a portrait of Elias and Lily dancing, their faces filled with joy, and felt a tap on my shoulder. I turned around, and my breath caught. It was Nicholas. He looked different, sober, his hair neatly cut, wearing a clean button-down shirt and slacks. He wasn't the disheveled man I'd seen on the street 2 years ago. He looked calm. "Evelyn," he said, his voice quiet. "I saw the exhibit advertised in the paper. I wanted to congratulate you." I nodded, unsure what to say. Lily, who'd been standing next to me, squeezed my hand. She looked at Nicholas, then at me, and said, "Hi. I'm Lily." Nicholas's eyes softened. "Hi, Lily. I'm Nicholas. I knew your mom a long time ago." Elias stepped forward, putting his arm around my waist, protective, but not hostile. "We're glad you could make it," he said, his tone polite. Nicholas looked at Elias, then back at me. "I'm sorry," he said, clearly and sincerely. "For everything. For hurting you, for hurting Lily. I was a fool, and I've spent every day since regretting it. I just wanted you to know that I'm doing better. Got a job at a hardware store, saved up for an apartment. I'm not drinking anymore." I stared at him, then smiled, soft, not angry. "I'm glad you're doing better, Nicholas. That's all I ever wanted." He nodded, his eyes glistening. "I won't bother you again. I just wanted to say goodbye properly. And tell Lily, she's a wonderful kid." Lily smiled. "Thank you. Bye, Nicholas." He turned and walked away, and I felt a weight lift off my shoulders. It wasn't forgiveness, exactly, but it was closure. That night, as we drove home, Lily fell asleep in the back seat. Elias took my hand, lacing our fingers together. "You okay?" he asked. I nodded, looking out at the city lights. "Yeah. I'm more than okay." We pulled into our driveway, and Elias carried Lily into the house. I followed, turning off the lights, and when I walked into the bedroom, he was sitting on the bed, waiting for me. He pulled me into his arms, and I rested my head on his chest. Outside, the moon was bright. Inside, we were warm, and safe, and loved. "I love you," I said. "I love you too," he replied. And in that moment, I knew, happiness isn't about forgetting the past. It's about choosing to move forward, to love deeply, to build a life that's filled with the small, beautiful things. Our story wasn't perfect. It had scars, and mistakes, and pain. But it was ours. And it was happy. Forever.